We are live in the house talking about one of my favorite subjects on the planet, networking in the new digital age, networking in 2021. And I think if anything should be focused on for next year, for 2021, it should be networking. And I strongly believe that networking is probably the number one skill that can take you to the next level in life, in business. It can improve your peace of mind, your results, your success. Every area of your life is impacted by your circle of influence. So I'm excited to share. So real quick, for you guys joining live, go ahead and comment where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, comment below. I'm going to give away books as always. Some of my favorite books, Unscripted by MJ DeMarco. And these are signed as well, guys, by the author. This is a great book. My close friend, Ryan Serhant, Sell It Like Serhant, signed as well. And then my book, 6 Months to Six Figures. I will sign it for you and send out. So all you have to do is share this video and comment where you're watching from. And I'm going to give away these 3 books to some lucky winners. Because once again, networking and learning from others at a higher level than you is the number one key to getting to that next level. But what I want to start with is making sure you know what your end result is and your ideal outcome is for next year. Because 2021 actually started a couple weeks ago. It doesn't start January 1st. Unless you're someone who wants to be behind starting the year with negative momentum. 2021 started a couple weeks ago. And remember, a genius without a roadmap will get lost in any country, but an average person with a roadmap will find their way to any destination. And one of the biggest keys to the last 15 years of growth for me and my business, my family, my lifestyle has been connecting with higher level people and having a circle of influence that holds me to high standards and holds me accountable and doesn't let me off the hook. That's a huge key. Go ahead and let me know below. Do you understand the importance of networking? Are you excited to learn more about networking and especially in the digital age and really shift your circle of influence? Here's the biggest breakthrough I've had. I think I had it in 2013 or 14 when I was transitioning to another industry, and I didn't have the answer. I was confused. I was always banging my head against the wall. I was frustrated, discouraged. And then I realized I had a network, a small network I built. And one of the biggest problems that I had that I could not get over, that I needed clarity on, I remember calling out of desperation because I was that person who wanted to do everything myself. And I think the figure it out myself mentality kept me broke for too long. I think that's the worst mentality you can have in 2021. Is the figure it out myself mentality. A smart person learns from their mistakes, as all people do. Most people. Those wanting exceptional world-class results learn from other people's mistakes so they can cut their learning curve in half and not waste as much time making the same ones, right? So it's very, very important that you understand how important shifting your circle of influence was. So I finally was at a desperation point where I texted someone that I knew, and literally one text back gave me a connection that solved all my problems. And from that moment, my business, my life, and my perspective changed. And then I realized you never have to solve a business problem. You never have to figure something out yourself when you have the right network around you. And that's the power of networking. And trust me, I've thought about what breakthroughs I've had and how I've gone from a small town kid. I grew up in a town of 6,000 people, knowing nobody. No one around me was making 6 figures. I never thought I could ever build a network. I didn't know any 6-figure earners, let alone millionaires. I started thinking, and my journey is a microcosm, and my journey is just a couple different people that I've met consistently throughout my journey that's helped me level up. So it's always about the people I met that shifted my perspective. And I think why you should get good at networking going into next year is it helps you with specialized proven knowledge. It gives you endless possibilities. It helps you increase your influence and establish your celebrity. Because if you associate with people, people associate you with them, right? It establishes your credibility and celebrity, and then you can exponentially grow your awareness. Imagine always having the solution to your problems and knowing exactly what the best moves are for your business. Think about that. Imagine having absolute freedom to pick and choose which opportunities you take on and which you get rid of. Imagine getting paid for your intelligence, not your time. And imagine learning at twice the speed other people learn at with half the headache and half the time. That's the power of networking, right? And the biggest rookie mistake I see with entrepreneurs, especially coming up in the entrepreneur game and tech startup and coaching, speaking, consulting, author, whatever it is, social media agency, they have an incongruent circle of influence. You cannot have level 10 goals and a level 6 circle of influence. You can't have level 10 ambitions and level 5 habits. It's incongruent, right? So let me share the importance of this, and then I'll give you a couple tips. And I'm excited to invite you to a Zoom call I'm doing, which was going to be just for my private academy members, but I wanted to open it up because I think there's nothing more important than mastering and focusing on building a core network and an advisory board, because you can't escape your association. No one is powerful enough to escape who they're around daily. It is impossible, because subconsciously it affects your standards, your thinking, your perspective, your principles, and your future. So let me explain and share the importance for me on my journey. I got into direct sales at a young age, and I, of course, was failing. I didn't know anything about that industry. I didn't know how to lead a sales team, how to sell, until I found a network of people that gave me a proven roadmap. When the first recession hit in 2008, I went to a mastermind group, which I didn't know what it was at the time. And someone literally told me there, when the economy's down, because I was stressed, I was thinking there was no money to be made. I was going to have to quit and get a normal job. But then someone shared with me and they said, when the economy's down, the money doesn't disappear. It just transfers to the successful people who understand supply and demand and who understand how to get around higher level people. Right? So when I was in direct sales and failing, I found a higher level group of people, and it gave me a proven roadmap, and I was able to crush it. I wanted to write a book years ago in 2013. I didn't know how. I joined a mastermind. I met some people, and I got the exact proven roadmap. And now this is sold humbly, and I'm grateful, and I cannot believe it still. Close to 500,000 copies, right? I wanted to invest in real estate and create 6 figures in passive income. I had no idea how to do it. But from my network, someone introduced me to a company that helped me create passive income. It was $32K a year to join, but I got in free because of my connection. When I wanted to speak on stages, I had no clue what to do. And the wrong network around me was saying I had to do 5,000 speeches for free and all these things. But luckily, I connected with Grant Cardone, who told me I could get paid sooner. And he got me booked for my first 5K speech. Right? When I wanted to create a course around my book years ago, I didn't know how at all, but I used my network and I followed the roadmap, and I was able to create a course. So there's nothing more important to focus on in 2020, and stop doing everything yourself. If you start doing everything yourself and you think that you can do it better than everybody else, and you don't understand delegation and leadership, you're going to get burnt out on the things you used to love, and it's a lose-lose situation. Anything someone can do 80% as good as you, delegate it, right? So instead of thinking why or what, you have to think who, like who can help me, okay? So evaluate your circle of influence. Step 1 is just people you're around. Can you right now figure out who you're around the most? Family, friends, day to day. Evaluate, how are they making you feel? How are they affecting your standards, your thinking, your action? It's interesting this year when you pay attention to who you're around, there's kind of 2 conversations. The first conversation is, oh my gosh, the pandemic's happening. There's no money. I'm scared. I'm in fear. Stay home. Shut down your small business. It's over, right? And then this is the best year of my life. I broke records. We had like the most amount of sales we ever had. We have the most amount of clients we ever had. We had record-breaking months. We had the biggest paychecks we've ever had. Our small business thrived because we pivoted. That's the only 2 conversations. And what you're hearing more of is your philosophy. So that's why it's important to get around people who are crushing it. We had a call with my inner circle probably like a month or 2 ago, and every single person on the call had a record-breaking year because we've been working with them since the pandemic, since March. And a lot of you guys know when the pandemic hit in March, I've interviewed, I didn't know, I didn't have all the answers. So I asked the 15 most successful people I knew from my network. And these are people like David Goggins and Robert Kiyosaki and Ariana Huffington, Patrick Bet-David and Lewis Howes and Gerard Adams and Ryan Blair and Bedros Keuilian and Mel Robbins. And these are people that I look up to. And I asked them what they're doing to pivot. How are they making sure they're maximizing their business? Where are they putting their money? How are they moving and navigating? And then I passed it to my network, right? So that's the power. So evaluate who you're around. If you're around 5 millionaires, you'll eventually be the 6th. You're around 5 intelligent people, you'll eventually be the 6th. You're around 5 confident people, you'll eventually be the 6th. Now, if you're around 5 idiots, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, it's inevitable. Who do alcoholics hang out with, right? What's the first thing they tell someone when they come out of AA, when they stop drinking, to do? Stop hanging out with everyone else that you've ever hung out with in the last couple of years, right? Instantly. So once again, you can't escape your association. Now, business network. Do you have people you can bounce ideas off of? Those that you're with consistently at work, are those people holding you to high standards? Are they making you think different? Or are they toxic? Are they negative? Are they letting you off the hook, right? So there's support, there's peers, and then there's mentors who you learn from. It's interesting. I hired a trainer a couple weeks ago. I've been pretty consistent with working out. I think I pushed myself, but the reality is I wasn't. Like my first couple sessions with my personal trainer, he pushed me way more than I pushed myself. And I feel like I got stronger in the last 2 weeks than I have the whole year, just because I had accountability. Not having a mentor, not having someone at a higher level, cuts your potential in half instantly. You may think you're pushing yourself. I thought I was, but I wasn't. That's why I'm always investing in high-level masterminds and a network and an advisory board as well. So very, very important. So make sure you evaluate who you're around. I made a list of my 5 maintenance friends, the people that maybe held me back and weren't going for big goals or big dreams. They weren't trying to break records. They weren't trying to better their best. They weren't getting uncomfortable. And then I made a list of my growth friends, friends I wanted to build closer relationships with, friends that I felt like were going for big things. They thought bigger. They thought different. They went against the grain. They weren't like the majority. And all I did was lower the time I spent with my maintenance friends, and I increased the time I spent with my growth friends. So my challenge to you is this: most people network the wrong way. Okay. Most people reach out with no strategy. Most people reach out to people once and never follow up. Most people only reach out on one platform. Most don't have a proven approach. Most ask for the wrong thing. This is the biggest mistake I see in networking and building your circle of influence. And I see this every day on my social media, on my Instagram. The number one thing successful people value on the planet. Do you guys know what it is? I'd love for you to guess. Comment below what you think successful people value the most over anything else. I'm curious. What's up, Vaughn? What's up, Chris? What's up, Adam? What's up, JJ, Amanda, Zhang, Samantha? Good to see you guys. Once again, if you comment below where you're watching from and you share this, I'm going to give away a copy of my book signed, a copy of my friend Ryan Serhant's book signed, Sell Like Serhant, and a copy of MJ DeMarco. This is called Unscripted. It's amazing. If you share this and comment. So let me see if you guys got the answer. What do you think it is? Good job, Weston. Time. That's the number one valued commodity for success people, time. It's wasting someone's time is worse than wasting someone's money, because you can get the money back. You can't get time back. So successful people value time more than anything else. Now, what do most amateur networkers ask people for right away? Their time. So you're saying, hey, I know I don't know you, but can I take the most important thing in your life and use it real quick? I have some things that I want to ask you. Worst way to network on the planet. It has to be from a given perspective, from a value perspective, right? So you have to, instead of asking for his time, thank them and find some similarities and like, hey, I know my influence isn't as big as yours. I'd love to share what you do with my audience. So the first time you just ask, what can I do for you? And more importantly, I recommend taking an action first so they know you're different. Hey, I already reviewed your book on Amazon. Hey, I bought 20 copies of your book. Hey, I already reviewed this and this. Hey, I already shared your name with 3 of the people I have the biggest impact? Hey, I've already blank. Thank you for what you do. I know your time is valuable. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you or push your message forward. Right? So that's the focus, is come with a value sense. If you want to get anything you want, help other people get what they want. So be intentional from here on out. Make a list, right? Figure out what you want to build in terms of networking. Do you want to reach out for people because you want paid mentorship? Is it quick advice? Is it a book endorsement, investment in your startup? Are you asking them to speak at your summit? Are you introducing them to someone else that they would be able to do business with and you can make an affiliate fee? Are you sharing an opportunity? Are you expressing gratitude? Figure that out and then find similarities, similar industries, similar missions, similar lifestyles, maybe similar views of you. And then when you reach out, you have to define your end goal. Like, are you going to introduce them to your audience? Are they going to teach you how to scale their business? Are you investing in their program? Are they going to help you get a speaking engagement? Are they going to be a guest on your podcast or vice versa? You have to really have a strategic approach, right? And here are some ideas on how you can add value to the relationship: sharing capital or sharing contacts, maybe providing them with capital and saying, hey, I want to pay you for your time. A lot of times it is worth it. If you pay someone $2,000 and they give you $50K worth of advice, it makes sense logically. I'm always thinking about ROI. And if I'm going to invest in anything, I want to make sure it's something that sharpens my perspective and betters my business and my mission. You can offer expertise or specific knowledge. You can offer free services of what you do. If you solve their problem and you reduce their suffering in some type of way, they're going to give you time. So maybe you're providing them with a newer, bigger reach. I don't know. But if you're reducing their suffering, if you're adding value, if you're sharing something they're passionate about, that's how you're going to get a hold of people. And then hit them on multiple platforms and be consistent. They appreciate persistence. Right? And timing is also something you want to research. Make sure you have the timing down. Do they have a new book coming out? Do they have a new program coming out? Are they going to be featured something? Is there a new movie coming out? Recently, Matthew McConaughey had a book out. So you saw he did interviews with everybody. So the people were reaching out like, hey, I'd love to interview you. If you caught him a year before, he wasn't doing any interviews, zero. But I think he did like 100 interviews because his book was coming out. So if you want to interview a celebrity, wait till they have something coming out, right? So that's a huge, huge key. And I think simplifying, if you have a solid network, you never have to solve the problem yourself. It's almost like a cheat code or a cheat playbook that you have that will give you everything you need. Do you guys have any questions for me? Let's do some networking questions. I just wanted to get across the importance of networking. What up, guys? Good to see you guys. Go ahead and comment below. What up from London? What up from Florida? Colorado in the house. And also, about the Zoom, someone asked about my Zoom call. So the reason why I wanted to run a Zoom call for my Academy members is to help them create a game plan for 2021 in terms of how to maneuver and how to navigate building their network. Because I want you to build $1 million network for 2021, an advisory board where it can cut your learning curve in half. So if you want to register for our Zoom call tomorrow, you can go to peterjvoog.com/network. If someone can post that link below, that'd be amazing. Peter J. Voog, I think I could do it right here. peterjvoog.com/network. And I'll be hanging out, answering all your questions on networking. I will talk about my exact script that I actually use. I'm going to give you the biggest do's and don'ts of networking and help you really get a hold of anybody, because we've got a hold of everyone you could think of in entrepreneurship. Elon Musk, Tim Ferriss, Tony Robbins, David Goggins, Robert Kiyosaki, really anyone you can think of. And if you have this key to networking, the script, and you have this roadmap, you are in the top 1%, the top echelon of networkers in this new economy. And I want to share that with you. Oh, you know what? We have a blueprint too. And being very transparent, I don't remember We have a networking blueprint, which also has my script in it. This has everything. It's called the 3 game-changing moves to networking in the new economy. Has my networking scripts. It has all the stuff that we've done networking-wise. I don't know the link to get this, to be completely honest. I forgot, but I want to give this to you. My whole focus, especially for 2021, is to give as much value as I can. These are things that help me hack the system and help me totally transform my business and freedom and success for my family. I now have a 14-month-old who's running and it's the craziest time. But because of my network, I can literally solve any problem with one phone call. And that's what I want for you. And this blueprint will help. This is like 10 years in the making of me putting everything I've learned simplified into one proven system. I will share this on the training tomorrow. You will get this when you register for the Zoom call. So if you want to join the Zoom call with some heavy hitters and hang out tomorrow, it's tomorrow at 5:00, peterjvoog.com/network. You might be watching this and the call is already over. I don't think we're going to do a replay, but you can still get this blueprint by clicking the link below. I'll put a link in for this blueprint as well, but I appreciate you. Hopefully you got some value. You're only one connection away from your first 6 figures. You're one connection away from your next 6 figures or 7 figures. You're one connection away from more more freedom and a better lifestyle. You're one connection away from growing and scaling your business and attracting more clients. So do all you can to elevate your circle of influence. Get rid of anything toxic that does not make you feel exceptional for 2021. And it's going to be an amazing year. I promise, if you do these things. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for everyone that joined. Go ahead and share this if you want a potential chance to win a copy of these books signed. And I'll see you on the training tomorrow, peterjvoog.com/network. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing rest of your day.